Broken arcade games, a half-functioning animatronic, and terrible food are all traits that the Chuck E. Cheese in Danbury, Connecticut had. All traits that likely contributed to its short-lived run of 3 years. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and today we'll be discussing the history of the worst Chuck E. Cheese location, Danbury, Connecticut. Before we begin, I want to thank Mickey Master Mouse Toys for requesting this location. Anyways, let's begin. Our story begins in June of 2009, where it was confirmed by News Times that a location would be opening up near the Danbury Fair Mall, in the space of a former Boston Billiards club. A man named Wing Biddle signed a lease agreement with Allegiance Development Corp. To make this happen. Originally, it was slated for a fall 2009 opening, though this didn't happen. The month before the location actually opened, more details came out about the location through News Times again, such as the fact that about 80 people had been hired already for the location, and also that the guest service experience would be the focus of this location. Rather ironic, isn't it? We have a photo a couple weeks before it opened, showing the last bit of prep being done to the store before opening. Speaking of which, the location would open on March 1st, 2010, opening with the 2005 update to the 2003 Kolchak reconfiguration, which had some of the walls painted purple, had these decor pieces, and also had an Adventure Chuck exterior, with these purple and red awnings. They also opened with a Studio C 2000 stage, commonly referred to as a Studio C beta, with a 16 movement bot. Even from the start, things seemed to go wrong at this store, with Amy Pollin writing a review on the store on October 29th, 2010, saying that the game seemed to need fixing a lot. Our first footage of this store comes from February of 2011, showing off the stage, where we see it in pretty good condition, though one of the hand movements appear to be out, and their Gemini light system is also shown to not be working here either. It was clear there were already issues at this store, but this was only the beginning of it. Things began to take a turn for the worse in late 2011, where we have more footage of the show in worse shape. Not only is the bot in worse shape, with one of his hands being loose, but the lights also go on and off randomly, which is not what's supposed to happen. 2012 is when the bad reviews really started to come in for this location, with more complaints of the games not working at this location, and also the food being lacking, and even virtually inedible, as Mark K says in his review. We also see signs of the employees being lacking, such as some playing the games themselves in Amy's review from earlier, and also only one register being open in Juan O's review. It was clear that this location was having some major issues. This isn't even the end of it though. Footage from July of 2012 shows off the show again, where we see the show in terrible shape. Chuck's head is tilted to one side, which is not normal for this bot, and air leaks are also quite audible on this bot, which points even more to how bad of shape it's in. His clothes are also sort of warped on his body, and are dirty as well. The lights also continue to go off randomly, which all combined show how bad of shape this show is in. On a lighter note, this footage also shows off these unique tiles with a square in the center of it, which isn't something these stores usually had. Multiple comments from this video say that Chuck eventually stopped working altogether, with 2013 seeming to be the time in which this happened. This comment here even talks about how the store in general was disgusting, pointing to even more problems with the store. The store couldn't go on like this, and so the store closed on August 24th, 2013. There's rumors that the owner of the store ran out of cash and that the store wasn't turning a big enough profit, hence the store's closure. If this is true, it's honestly not a surprise, given the horrible state the store was in. After the store closed, the bot would be sent to the store in Wilmington, North Carolina, where it went unused and would eventually be destroyed in late 2020 when Wilmington closed. As for the store itself, a letter was posted on the entrance doors about how that location had closed permanently, and to visit their website for further assistance. By September of 2015, part of the space would become a liquor place called BevMax, with the other part of the space being taken over by a Sports Clips by September of 2022. It still remains like this as of September of 2024. Danbury is quite a unique store in how bad it was, but how did it get to that point in the first place? Well, One thing I've neglected to mention is that this was a franchise store, one under Allegiance Development Corp., the company that signed with Wingbiddle to make this location happen in the first place. As a result, the store was able to operate more freely than a corporate-owned store would. Most likely, in trying to run this restaurant, one of two things happened. The company may have not been prepared to properly handle running the store, so after a bit, things began to decline in quality, such as upkeep of the games, maintenance on the bot, and food quality. Another possibility is that Allegiance Development Corp. May have tried to run things their own way, which didn't end up working out for them. After all, one of the articles did say that guest service experience would be the focus of that location, so it may have been a method that just didn't work well to run the store. Either way, the franchisee is likely to blame here, as corporate's way of running the stores is clearly at least somewhat competent, as things don't usually get this bad at those stores. If corporate had run the store instead of Allegiance Development Corp., there's a chance it still would have been around today. In conclusion, Danbury was a horrible store, with many complaints of the store's games not working, the food being awful, the store itself being dirty, the lack of employees working, and the stage itself being in terrible shape, despite being a singular bot with only 16 movements. Likely the franchisee is to blame for all this, as no other store I've seen has ever let things get this horrid. Overall, this truly is the worst Chuck E. Cheese location, and I don't think any other one compares to this atrocity of a store. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the switch up in my usual format. I wanted to put more effort into this one since I thought it had potential to be something special, so do let me know how I did with that. My next video is going to be covering the history of Chuck E. Cheese in Corpus Christi, Texas. This was quite a unique store, being one of the first to get the Cool Chuck reconfiguration. If you're interested in seeing that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you're notified when it drops. God bless, and I hope you all have a blessed day.